Welcome back to Let's Play Galactic Civilizations 2 with Hunter Black Luna. Alright, we just got trade, and let's get a running start here. I just noticed, I thought I had told this vessel to move directly adjacent to the Starbase and sit there like a dumbass, because I mean, mistakes like that happen. But no, it just arrives there when it does. Now the Raven Rock is increasing our economics by 14. I don't know if that's 14%. Every little bit helps. More architects are on the way. Earth, Alright, Earth has a lot of production built up, and I'm going to use that on a freighter. But I'm not going to use the default class, because I don't like using the default classes. So, we're going to go into Shipbuilder and make something of our own. This is the first time I've shown the design aspect of the game. Usually you shipbuild a lot more, but I've already done most of the basic level classes. This is just a freighter, I mean. We put the best stuff on it. This is the cosmetic changes. You can put all sorts of things. They don't really affect the functionality of the ship. They just kinda make it look different. There's a specific way I kinda want to, I just want to give it a big, kinda bulky look, since it's gonna be, you know, big freighter transporting amongst the stars and all that. So, 4 on each side. And there's an example of a misclick. I kinda clicked and made one go on the other side. We're gonna move it. And there we go, a big long caterpillar looking thing. I can't speak. My computer is lagging horribly. If this gets too bad, I'll re-record or something, I don't know. The trade module is pretty big. I mean, it's where all the actual trade cargo is stored. We're just going to stick it on the bottom here. All it needs is engines and range, but frankly it needs a lot of both. I am going to give it 2 ion engines. Although 3 would fit barely, it wouldn't actually be able to get anywhere. And that is not acceptable. So I'm going to load this baby with range. Now it's not really fast, but its range is decent. It'll do the job, I suppose, considering our tech base is kind of primitive. For ship designs, first we start out with an abbreviated ship type. I just do this to keep all the designs together, and so I know what something is just by looking at the name. The FR. Trade wind class. And then I just type up random fluff descriptions. Terran FTL bulk freighter designed to carry millions of tons of product to other civilizations. And the trade winds class joins our list of designs. It's a proud addition to the fleet. I'm gonna obsolete this design, which doesn't delete it, but it does remove it and prevent it from cluttering up our view. I'm gonna do likewise to the Endeavour, since it is outclassed by the Conestoga and the Ontario. Alright, back after the slightest of interruptions. And the production that was building towards something else will now have a trade winds done in 1 week. The longer a freighter travels before it reaches its destination, the more money you make from the trade route. And I'm probably going to send it towards the RCNs and just hit the draft. I don't know, we'll see. The Arceans already show signs that they kinda like us. And if we're going neutral, they'll be strong alignment allies. They're not too actually big, so they can't like stab us in the back. Time passes. Galactic warfare has been perfected. We had an international consortium that we need to put guns on our ships because aliens are fucking crazy. We will get... all of it looks good, very frankly. Let's go for impulse drive. This will increase our general speed on all our ships and give us a better class of engines to stick on it. The freighters, I just usually put them under the registry CV for civilian vessel and then just some name like the Clark. Gonna send the Clark as far as it can go, and it can go pretty far. As you can see, this line denotes its maximum range. Gonna send it, that's probably Arcea, and I have a theory that sending it to better planets increases your revenue. Now this freighter's not gonna be there, not gonna actually reach Arcea for, oh god knows how long, we'll just have to see. Meanwhile, time continues to pass. We are losing money at a slow rate. And the Taurians have discovered us. They were slaves of the Dringen, but they rose up. And they're good guys as well, but they can also have kind of a point to them. Looks like they like us. In terms of technology, they get a lot more military ability. We have trade, though. That makes all the difference. Giving trade to the other civilizations isn't as stupid as it might appear, because they'll set up trade routes with you, and you profit just as much as they profit from you setting up trade routes with them. So let's see what we can get. We can skip the climb up to actually figuring out how to put guns on our ships and get laser technology, basic logistics, advanced computing. They really want this. We will also send them... ooh. I'd be willing to do it, even though it's a diplomatic tech, just because we can get a bevy of these things and just get them, out of the way. Looks like their fleet's not bad. All the AIs build a ton of exploration ships and probably just sent them in random directions, which is probably a smart idea. Now, how much money will you give me? Ecom for every penny. The treasury is about our size, but I mean, hey, negotiating advantage. Pleasure doing business. An architect class has been completed. I am gonna send that to the military resource to upgrade the Starbase that's gonna be built there. There's the Taurian flagship. They have yet another style of ship construction. I think like one of the types of construction is like Taurian ships. Alright, and with that infusion of cash from the trade, we will be able to further sustain more deficits. Always good. And our rate of loss is going down steadily. Again, subject to change as conditions change. Impulse drive in 3 weeks. That'll be good stuff. Raven Rock is being upgraded again. Battle stations will it'll put guns on your space station, because otherwise they are completely vulnerable. I'm not going to upgrade the Raven Rock, though, because it costs 200 BC straight out the gate. That's like a bit less than half of our national treasury. I'm just gonna keep upgrading its mining capacity. And because of everything that's happening, we are now making 18 BC a turn. So I can put the tax rate... Ooh. Keep the tax rate there and jack up the slider just a bit. Every little notch helps our race. The next ship is launched. CV Bosker. I'm probably just gonna send it to the RCNs too. Maybe I'll send it to the... Can we reach the Taurians? I wouldn't mind getting in good with them, doing business. Ooh, it'll be right on the edge. I am gonna be so angry if it doesn't. Let's see if we can do it. Maybe. Maybe. And besides, the Taurians will probably continue to expand in this direction. I'm hoping establishing a trading link with them will get us in good with them, because they're another race I wouldn't mind being friendly with. They don't look that big. They don't look that tough. And I'm just such a big softie towards the losers in the galaxy. Impulse drive, the next great leap forward. Our speed is +10, and the next wave of designs for our civilian vessels is coming. We could keep going with impulse drive. We could go for advanced hulls, which lets us start building larger ships, which is certainly something to take a look at. Or any number of other things. Before we make war, we're going to need to pick up planetary invasion. That's going to be pretty expensive. Instead of that, we are going to get general life support since it's pretty cheap. I mean, 2 turns to pick up a better support technology. You complete a Xenolab on Manticore. How are our planets doing? Let's do the quick run by. Harvest is looking up. Twilight's doing okay. Olympia. Zenith. All these relatively new colonies. Yeah, just need some time. Maybe I could expedite the efforts. Oh man, factories are just... they're insane. Agreeing to these long-term things will cripple your nation if you do it too much, especially when your economy is balancing on billions of credits. I could buy this factory and speed it up by 13 weeks. I'll pull the trigger. And of course that puts us in the yellow somehow. I don't know how it puts us in the yellow.